Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 4 of our Minnesota Twins rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 27. It has been a little bit since our last episode. Just had a bunch of travel over the weekend combined with some quite, quite late hours, which is not going to improve. But hey, what is life as a baseball scout? I ask you. So we have returned. Last we left off, we were essentially where we are now. June had just begun. Off stream, I played through a series against the White Sox. We won the first two games and lost the third 0-12. I don't want to talk about it. What I do want to talk about, though, is our current situation. We're 31 and 32. Objectively, good record at this point, considering where the Twins will probably be in real life at this point. We are 4.5 games back in the division, 2 games back of the wild card, which I don't even know what to do with that information. And overall, I think our offense is definitely regressing. We went from being top 5 in a lot of offensive categories. Now we're 10th in WAR, 10th in steals, 8th in home runs. We're losing a bit of that. Good news is our bullpen much improved. We're up to 6th in ERA. Pitching WAR, we're up to 8th. We are number 1 in the league in Ks for what that's worth. However, a wrinkle was thrown into the mix in this White Sox series. In case you didn't notice it already, Josh Bell, our designated hitter this season, had a back spasm or 2 or 3 and is going to miss 5 weeks, which is bad. For one, as I've said this whole season, the plan with Josh Bell was to make him our starting DH, hope he does well, and then trade him at the deadline. Well, that plan got off to a really slow start. As you can see, May, he was horrendous, but that's only 9 ABs. April, he was poor, very below average, not a lot of power. In May, though, he definitely turned it around. 3 home runs, Ks were down, almost an 800 OPS, and then in 2 ABs in June, he got a double. So he had started to turn it around. Literally never appeared in the field this season, so his WAR is solely based on this performance. He's out for 5 weeks. He's going to be back for the trade deadline. That's the good news. Bad news is now he only has about 2 weeks, maybe, worth of games in order to improve his numbers and then for us to find a trade partner. Because regardless of where we're at in the standings, if I can find a prospect deal or a bullpen upgrade for Josh Bell, we need to do it. So he is on the IL for 5 weeks. Here's my plan in his absence. So DH is very simple. Trevor Larnach is not a good defender. No real way around that. He's played over 50 games in left this year. He has a range of 1.5, a negative 5.7 zone rating, a negative 1.4 arm, and he has an error. Need I say more? So Trevor Larnach is going to be our DH essentially until Josh Bell becomes healthy, and then I have some roster juggling to do. In left field, I am going to give the lion's share of opportunity over the next couple weeks to Austin Martin. Reason being is obviously he was a backup for us, utility guy. Then he got injured, sent him down to AAA, did really well in AAA, but he has not done well this season. He has a 265 slug. Yes, that is a real number. And he is going to have a couple weeks in left to try to turn it around, because right now he's just struggling mightily. And look, we know this accuracy is very high, so the contact is real, the avoid Ks is real. That also means there is no power whatsoever. He only has one double all season. He's going to need to start hitting for contact a lot better than he already is. Emmanuel Rodriguez, very simply, I just don't think is ready to take the starting job in left. Think he's really good defensively. He's got a good eye. The power, though, is still developing. The contact just isn't there yet. So for now, he is our fourth outfielder. To that end, Walker Jenkins is getting back in 2 weeks. So when he comes back, if Austin Martin is still struggling, might send him to AAA again. If he's doing well, Emmanuel Rodriguez would be sent down. And then a few weeks after that, Josh Bell comes back, and we have some choices to make. But who cares about all that? Because we have two divisional series kicking off this episode, a 4-game set against the Royals and 3 on the road in Detroit. We're currently, as I said before, 4.5 games back from the Orioles. So if we can win this series, feeling a lot better about our chances down the stretch here. Now, obviously, half my team is a little tired. So figuring this out might be a bit tricky. Matt Wallner's getting the day off, so Rodriguez is in right. Luke Keishel's getting the day off, so Cody Clemens is at first. Think in terms of Vic Caratini is getting DH reps. I think actually what I want to do, I need to find a way to disable this little pop-up, but the sad thing is I don't think I can. Jeffers is going to get the day off. Caratini is going to catch. And I'm just going to bump everyone down. Larnick is going to hit third. Royce Lewis, Cody Clemens, Brooks Lee, Gio Urshela, Caratini, and Man Rodriguez. That seems about as good as we're going to get. Byron Buxton is also cold. He has not been the same coming back from his injury. Who would have guessed? Taj Bradley is on the mound for us. Not a great season for him so far, but the expected ERA is a 3.24, so his ERA of 5 right now is a bit harsh. The whip, though, of 1.58, that needs to improve. Clean first inning from him. Trevor Larnick is on second for Royce Lewis. Come on. No dice there. All right. We move on to the second. Clean inning. Let's see if Cody Clemens can get us going. He could not, in fact, get us going. How's Salvi Perez doing this year? Crushing it naturally. It's a very interesting debate at work today over whether Salvador Perez deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I think right now I'm kind of on the fence. Seems like the majority of people were taking the no side. I don't know. I think if he has 2 more good years of production and has like a biblical amount of home runs, he could get there. Caratini is hit. Emmanuel Rodriguez with 2 men on. Let's party. And he grounds out to first. The dream is dead. Long live the dream. No issues for Taj Bradley so far. The Royals, no hits through 3. There we go. 2-run shot from Trevor Larnick. Thank you, sir. Now Royce Lewis and Cody Clemens are aboard. Brooks Lee hits it right to the shortstop. Grounds out. Here's Gio Urshela, who in real life, as he flies out to center, in real life, Gio Urshela was DFA'd by the Twins, as was Andrew Chafin. So one of my bullpen stars and starting second baseman this year, not on the real life Twins roster. Uh-oh. Miguel Garcia with a triple. Not great. I don't hate the walk, because we can get a double play. I don't think we're going to get one against Bobby Witt. We do not. Flies out to left, and they're not testing Austin Martin's arm. I feel like 60 speed. What's his base running? 60. I feel like that beats Austin Martin. But I'm not going to complain. Pasquatch is up, hits it to center, and caught. Lead off triple, and you can't score him. Royals, what are you doing? Nothing for us in the fourth. Jonathan India on second. Taj is getting a little tired, but this is the state of my bullpen. So I'm going to be honest, Bradley. You're just going to need to get out, Salvi. And he does. Very good. Tommy Pham playing center field for the Royals. Grounds out to first. All right. Nothing too crazy. An error. Who had the error? Oh, good. The E1 is always a fun one. All right, Larnick, what do you got? There we go. He hits it to Bobby Witt, but he can't beat it out. I thought he had it. He did not. What I do have, though, are Royce Lewis and Cody Clemens on the corners for Brooks Lee. And he hits it up to right. That's caught. Royce Lewis should score, and he does without a throw. Very boring. Against a 70 arm, no throw. I'm not going to complain. Urshela lines out to the pitcher. All right. Insurance run, never a bad thing. Let's see if Taj could get Michael Garcia and Starling Marte. Well, he walked Garcia. Does get Marte to fly out. I, however, have zero interest in him facing Jack Caglione. So, pretty good outing from Taj Bradley, but again, he just doesn't have the stamina that I think we need from him. And the same can be said about a couple of my other guys. So, see what Bobby Witt has got. Lines out to third. Very good, Royce Lewis. Very good, sir. Nothing for us in the sixth. And the Royals have Jonathan India aboard with 2 outs. The pitch walked Salvi. I'm going to leave him in to face Tommy Pham because I think he can get him. He walked him. All right. That's it for Cody. Chafin's coming in to face Garcia. The pitch, the swing, popped it up, foul. That'll play. Carantini gets it to the bottom of the 7th. Nothing doing for us. Chafin, 2 men on, 2 outs. I'm not worried. It's Jesse Winker. I should have been worried. Ball gets down. That'll score 1. I am going to let Chafin get Jonathan India. He walked him. All right, that's it for Chafin. We're going to our closer. Taylor Rogers, bases loaded against Salvador Perez. Full count, the pitch, the swing and a miss. Down goes Salvi with the bases loaded. Carlos Estevez, he's on the Royals. There we go. Brooks Lee gets aboard. Very good. He is indeed on the. Why did I think he wasn't on the Royals? All right. I'm going to make a pinch hit decision here. Kalen Culpepper is going to get the bat for Urshela, who's 0 for 3 and worse defensively than Culpepper. So might as well make the move now, except Culpepper strikes out. There we go. Caratini gets it down. I would love some insurance runs. Manuel Rodriguez would not. He strikes out looking. Here's Buxton. Hits it to second. Throws in time. All right. We're going to the 9th. Culpepper is going to take second. Taylor Rogers is the only guy left in the bullpen. So if he doesn't get it, we're doomed. 2 men on, 1 out. Jorge Alfaro is walked. At one point, I thought Jorge Alfaro would be like the next great catcher. For I believe it was the Phillies, but he was never. He did pretty well there. And then he got sent to the Marlins, and I thought he was going to do great with the Marlins, but struggled a bit in 2021 and then just became a journeyman. I mean, Taylor, I'm sorry, dude. I have no one else, so you're just going to have to suffer here. Bobby Witt Jr., swing and a miss. Massive. Here's Vinny. Hits it to first. Covered by Cody Clemens. That's your ball game. That was terrifying, but we get the win 3-1. My closer had to throw 36 pitches. My starter needed 103. Man, there were not a lot of easy outs in that game. But hey, we get the win, which is massive against the division leaders. We'll take that and like it. Still getting our reports on the draftee players. All right, let's just get right into game 2. Zebby Matthews and a completely tired bullpen. Love that for us. All right, so Royce Lewis is resting. Actually, I am going to give Larnick. Now, realistically, it doesn't make sense to give Larnick the day off. Let's have him hit. Yeah, he's not done as well batting third. So we'll keep it Wallner third, Larnick fourth, Clemens 5, Martin 6. I think I like that version better than much else. I'm just going to let Byron Buxton hit his way out of the cold spell, especially with his injury concerns. Like, I might as well play him while I got him. All right, Zebby Matthews on the mound. Clean-ish first inning against the Royals. All right, Austin Martin, Brooks Lear aboard. Ryan Jeffers, who has had a terrible year, it must be said, but he gets the RBI double there. Or 2 RBI double, I should say. That might be his, 4th double on the season. He was the 9th. I shortchanged him a little bit. I don't know how he has positive WAR. Because defensively, he's been bad also. So, I'm not going to question it. Gio Urshela with a full count. Swing and a miss. Why does that say Zebby Matthews is barely in the green? He has thrown 53 pitches, to be fair. I need to find a cleaner way to get this information. Like, if I could have an option where I just remove this stats box and bring everything down, I'd prefer that. I may have to tinker off stream with some stuff. Well, Zebby is probably in the red. He is, however, clean through 4 with Larnick on second. Cody Clemens pops up foul. I think the only argument against trading guys like Josh Bell and Gio Urshela at the deadline is we're kind of running out of good hitters to count on at that point. And if we are like a few games above 500, the division within reach might be better to hold on to those guys. Sacrifice ground out from Austin Martin there. And that was hilarious, but Brooks Lee grounds out. All right, Zebby, I know you're in the red. Get me the inning. And he does. Behold, at least somebody came to pitch today. All right. Well, I have 1 healthy reliever. So this could get ugly. All right, Zebi, thank you for your service. 5 innings, 1 hit, 3 walks, 6 Ks. Brilliant work from him. Now, Ryan, I'm going to be honest with you. I need 2 innings. Please. Already 2 men are aboard with 2 outs for Jonathan India, who smokes it into left. That'll score 1. And the throw keeps Winker at second. Tommy Pham, please. Thank you, Gio. The instant Gio has a single error, I'm just going to pull him. Just get rid of him. Ryan, I know you're tired, but it's Jorge Alfaro. You know what? That's what I get. Earlier, I say it was looking like an underrated catcher, and now hits it 400 feet to center. That's deserved. I really did think he was going to be a really good catcher. All right, so I don't have anyone with stamina of 60% or higher. My pitchers are all obviously dead tired. So you're just going to have to give me the 7th, dude. Thank you. I think the only option I have is we're going to burn David Festa for an inning and burn Cole Sands for an inning. There we go. Cody Clemens, leadoff double. Let's party. Once again, Austin Martin, the sacrifice grounder to advance the runner. That was almost disastrous. I thought that was going to be a line out and then a double play, but no such luck for the Royals as Brooks Lee has an RBI double. Ooh, Jeffers gets it down in the corner. An RBI double for him. Well, listen, with how tired my bullpen is, oh no. Just when he has a good game, Ryan Jeffers is hurt. It is a strained oblique, so it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to bother with a pinch runner because right now I only have one backup infield and outfield sub. So I don't really want to burn them on a pinch runner. So Carantini can take it. And yes, I know he is the slowest person on our team. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, the oblique, I'll see how that affects Jeffers, but I might just send him to the IL. And then Carantini can also have essentially a week and a half of uninterrupted starts. All right, Carantini is going to catch. Ryan Burr, your day is done. Had to pitch dead tired. He did allow 2 runs, but that's just kind of where we're at right now. Clean inning from David Festa. And now we're going to go Cole Sands. All right, nothing. And then actually, he's still in the green. No. These guys are already insanely tired. I'm not going crazy. What I am going to do is make a pair of defensive subs. Culpepper in for second and Emmanuel Rodriguez in, I think, for Austin Martin. Yeah. I don't want him in for Wallner in case this goes to extra innings and I need Wallner's bat. All right. Please, Cole Sands. Oh, no. 2 on, 1 out. Bobby Witt Jr. hits it deep to left, caught in front of the warning track. I'm going to pull him right now. Justin Coppa is going to get the 1 out save. All he has to do is get Michael Massey to Culpepper to first. There we go. All right, we take game two against the Royals, 5-2. Man, what a game! Once again, our starter went over 100 innings, or 100 innings. That would be a thing. 100 pitches. I'm very annoyed that Ryan Jeffers finally has a good game and he strains his oblique. It's not great. I'm going to advance the day. Oh, personal message. Oh, players promoted. Sure. All right. So two things. Firstly, with Jeffers, I am going to put him on the IL and I'm going to use this opportunity to give Carantini a lot of run. However, actually, is Carantini tired? No. Okay. I am going to call up. Wow, AAA does not have a full bullpen. Hold on, hold on. Why is 35-year-old Matt? Why is Anthony? Why does the AI do this to me? They just do this to annoy me. Matt Bowman, stay in AAA. Anthony Banda, go to AAA and stay there. I'm going to call up a reliever instead of a backup catcher for this game. I think it's time to see what Angel Felipe has got going for him. So I am briefly going to 9 relievers because look at the current state of my relievers. So I have no backup plan if Carantini picks up an injury in this game. I am fully committing to one catcher. Yeah, Larnick is hot. I need to change my DH rotation because I put that there for Josh Bell. I don't think I want Joe Urshela batting 6th. It feels like a bad idea. Yeah, Brooks Lee had a good game. I don't really want to sit him. I have a fear that Gio Urshela is the cool off might be permanent. All right, Joe Ryan. I'm gonna be honest, dude. I need like 7 innings out of you. Please. Clean first inning, very good. Hey, solo shot from Byron Buxton to get us going. Luke Keishel's on second. Let's keep it moving. Let's ignore that says Matt Wallner is 2 for 17 against the Royals. Let's just ignore this. Could have hit the wall. No, but it bounces off the wall, which I will take and like. Very good, sir. 2-0 Twin. What if we sweep the Royals? Have we considered that a possibility if we sweep the division winners? I feel like that's me counting my chickens before they hatch, but it's fine. Carantini hit a ball into space. The fact that that didn't go out is insane. That thing looked like it went above the scoreboard, but instead it came crashing down with a double, which means Royce Lewis is stuck at third because he has the speed of Prince Fielder. Austin Martin walks. All right. Bases loaded. Brooks Lee. Double play here would crush me. Instead, a nice, simple line drive. It will score 1. Everybody moves. Culpepper, bases loaded. Hits it up to right. That is going to be caught. Surely it scores 1. That looked so close at home. Carantini's lack of speed was nearly the death of us there. Boom! Buxton goes down looking. All right. Well, we bat around and we got 5 runs in the first. Uh-oh. They have runners at the corners. Salvi. Brooks Lee to second for 1, to first for 2. Thank you, Salvi. The check will be in the mail. Clean. You got this, Joe. Oh, Royals are on the board. But Royce Lewis is at second. Awesome, Martin. I mean, my life in terms of roster construction is infinitely easier if Austin Martin can hit the baseball. It's just that simple. Because him and Cody Clemens are effectively fighting for the same roster spot. And I would much rather prefer Austin Martin figure it out because he has more of the hitter profile that I think we need rather than a Cody Clemens. Joe, what part of I need 7 innings you just not understand? We're in inning 4 and you're almost in orange. I'm going to need you to figure it out. A full count line. How old is Starling Marte at this point? 36? He's 37. Craziness. My God. He's doing better in right field at age 37 than Trevor Larnach was doing in left. Let that sink in, folks. I thought that was going to be an error. That had all the animation look of just catastrophe. Salvi Perez strikes out again. Yikes. What's his strikeout total this season? 47. And yeah, he's on pace to get about 150. All right, come on, guys. We need insurance runs. We might get it. Luke and Matt are aboard for Trevor. He hits it up to right. No dice. All right, Royce Lewis, you're my only hope. A very dangerous sentence, I admit. Come on, Royce. Just a line drive to center. Hits it to right and down in front of Caglione, who just didn't move. He has accepted that the ball was going to land. That's an RBI for him. Carantini hits it up, but that'll be caught. All right, we do get 1 run. I'll take it. Joe, I need the 5th. Thank you, sir. Can you give me the 6th? 2 out. Do it, dude. Get Jesse Winker. Bang. Thank you, Joe Ryan. 6 innings of good work. I'm going to sit Felipe down so he doesn't get tired, but he is obviously coming in for the 7th. Very good. Larnach lines out. Very sad. All right. For the 3rd straight outing, my starter's thrown over 100 pitches. 6 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. All right, Felipe, making his Twins debut. We signed him as a minor league free agent at the beginning of the season. Let's see how he does. Kevin Newman is on second. No matter. We get Colbert. Garcia hits it to Culpepper. Easy out. All right. We're okay. Okay in the 7th. An error by the Twins. Felipe. Well, listen. It's his first, major league game this year. My pitcher is getting fatigued. And that said, I am going to get Chafin warming up. There we go. He strikes out Starling Marte. Brilliant work from Felipe. Nothing for us in the 8th. All right, Andrew Chafin is coming in for the 9th. Please, Andrew. Clean from him. We have taken the first 3 games of the series. Very good pitching performance. Almost everyone got a hit as well. Buxton with a home run, his 6th on the year. Thank you, sir. Where are we at in the division right now with that? We're still 4th, but we're only a game and a half back. Let me actually advance today. That would be smarter. Yeah, okay. Right, because it sims the games after the game itself. All right, All-Star voting updates. Oh, no. I was looking at the wrong team there. Buxton is second at center, and that is it. For the record, if Zach McKinstry makes the All-Star game again, like, I will be the happiest Tigers fan ever. But that would also be insane. All right, Carantini, what's your... He's at 100. I'm going to keep the 9-man bullpen. Well, okay, maybe I don't need to now. Seems like everyone is pretty close to picture perfect health. So, all right, Felipe, thank you for your service. You may return back to St. Paul. 2 clean innings of work from him. Now I need a backup catcher, which the smart thing to do would be to call up one of my 30-year-old guys, like an Alex Jackson, for example, who the AI has in AA for whatever reason. However, his personality class is disruptive. I lied. Oh, I can't. Oh, I waved him already. That's right. I was like, I want to wave this guy. Do I call up the 19-year-old catcher Eduardo? I think that's a bit much. He's also getting killed right now in AAA. I think AAA might be a bit too much for him. Yeah, I think we're gonna go David Banuelos. He'll get called up to AAA, and then let's have Noah Cardenas get the AAA job. So, all right, for the meantime, at least, Carantini is going to be our starter. Banuelos will be the backup. Nothing too crazy. I'm also going to abandon my DH rotation since Larnick is our DH. Going forward, I also need to make sure my pinch hitters are correct. All right, the finale against the Royals. If we win this, we will have swept the division leaders in 4. And I'm feeling a lot better about ourselves in this divisional race. So Buxton is out. I think, yeah, let's try Austin Martin leading off. Everything. Actually, I'm going to give Carantini the day off. Let's see what Mr. David Banuelos can do for me. All right, let's rock. Mick Abel on the mound. He's been our best pitcher this year, without question. But he started in AAA, so he only has what? Yeah, he has 11 starts, and that's counting today. Bobby Witt hits it all the way to the fence. Royals will take. Did Emmanuel just want to watch the ball roll there? He just stood over it for like a solid 30 seconds. I thought that meant that Bobby Witt was going to have a triple, but he stayed at second. A little surprised there. Mick, get out of the inning. He did not, in fact, get out of the inning. Tolbert hits the line drive. 1 run will score. I can see nothing from that camera angle. Thank you, game. Cal Garcia gets it through. The dream of the sweep is looking a bit rough. What's also looking rough is the fact that my starting pitcher is getting eviscerated right now, but he gets Caglione. So we have quite the climb. But I believe. Nope. Down we go in the bottom of the second. Oh, boy. There we go. Double play ball. Easy. They don't even try to get Jonathan India there. And Salvador Perez hits it deep to center. Goodbye. Remember, like 2 minutes of real time ago when I said Mick Abel had been our best pitcher this year? Through this game, his ERA has jumped up by 1 point. Make of that what you will. Oh boy, 7-0 Royals, not looking good. But David Banuelos making it's not his MLB debut because he has a couple at bats. He has two at bats with the Orioles, but he's never started, it looks like. So making his starting debut in the majors, swing and a miss. He'll fit in just fine. Nothing for us the rest of the way. Just give me 4 innings, dude. Thank you. All right. Not Mick Abel's best day. Good news is I have a healthy ish bullpen, so shouldn't be too terrible. We'll get Merriweather warming up. Austin Martin is aboard for Larnick. Gets it down. That should score Austin easily. And it does. Wasted throw as well because Larnick was able to take second. No complaints there. Royce Lewis crowns out. The complaints can begin. All right. So mixed day's done. Definitely his worst start. Not even close. And now I need to do half the game with the bullpen that's already very tired. Salvador Perez strikes out looking very good. Anything for us in the fifth? A solo shot from Brooks Lee. We're back. Two aboard. Luke Keeschel hits it into right. I have questions. Mainly, how did Gio Urshela not score there? I guess his speed is a 35, so I'll allow it. Matt Wallner takes the walk. Easy RBI for him. A grand slam ties the game, is all I'm saying. Larnick walks. All right, Royce Lewis for the hero. Hits it up to left. It's down. The camera flip is awkward, and it will score 2-7-6. Brooksley up with 2 men on. And he beats the throw. He did not look safe by that animation. That man was out by a foot. Gio Urshela hits into the fielder's choice. All right. Oh, on Sanchez is hurt. That's rough. Well, we cut the lead to 1. I'm essentially just going bullpen, bullpen, bullpen the rest of the game. I think everyone's going to get in inning. I'm going to see if Julian Merriweather can get me an out or two, though. Never mind. Kevin Newman just hit the first pitch all the way to center field. But you know what? I have faith that he can get Tyler Tolbert. All right. My faith has been rewarded. Miguel Garcia, better or worse against lefties this year? Oh, okay. That needs to be fixed. You are much better against lefties. So many screens in this game are just not calibrated well, depending on how your display setting looks. Oh, Garcia hits it all the way to the warning track. All right. I should have pulled Merriweather earlier, but alas. All right, that will be it for Julian. His first allowed run of the season. Cody Funderburk is in to face Caglione. Gets him to ground out. It does move Garcia, but I'll take that trade to get me to 2 outs. So help me, David. In his MLB debut, drops third strike, allows a run. That would be kind of funny. All right, David. What do you got for me, sir? Hits it up to right, but that's going to be caught. Nothing doing. Manuel Rodriguez hits it to right, and it's caught. All right, Austin Martin, you can go for 3 for 3? No. How dare he? All right. Ideally, Cody can just get me this inning. One of these days, I'm going to get through a series with like only one injury. Not even zero, just the one. So yeah, Futterberger's hurt with a pulled abdominal muscle, I should say. All right, Chafin, get the last out of the inning. Or allow Jonathan India a double and then walk Salvador Perez. We're doing great. Newman gets it down. That will score one. Chafin, all you had to do, Jonathan India's hurt. Man, do I need to check the injury sliders? I'll need to check. I need to genuinely check the injury sliders as Tolbert flies out to end the inning. Thank you, Emmanuel. All right, 3-run game. Anything for us in the 7th? Nope. Let's see if Chafin can get Garcia, and then I'll pull him. All right, he gets the ground out. Very good. Brooks Lee is hurt? Okay, now I'm genuinely checking the injury sliders. All right. Wait a minute. No, yeah, I understand. I was confused by this screen. So yeah, Culpepper is going to come in to play short, which I don't love because he's not great there defensively, but it'll have to do. All right, Justin Topper for the rest of the inning. You are killing me. 2 on. Throw it home. Who cares? He did. And they got him. Very good. Look at Gio Urshela. Starling Marte grounds out to third. That could have been disastrous. All right, we're gonna get Cole Sands. No, let's do David Festa. Anything for us in the 8th? Nope. All right. Let's do Tapa to face Michael Massey. And he walked him. That's what I get for trying to be cute. All right, David, I'm going to be honest. I'm hitting the half inning button. Good luck. All right, cool. We're going to pinch hit here. Sorry, David. Cody Clemens is going to get the bat. Matt Strom, number 1 in saves on the season. As Cody goes down. Manuel Rodriguez grounds out. Yeah, I think unfortunately Emmanuel's bat just is not ready. But at this point, probably better having him than James Outman be our 4th guy. All right. Well, we do not sweep the series against the division leaders, but we do win it, which I will take and like. We also have an off day, which is the most clutch thing in the history of the world. All right. Let me advance through the off day, and then we'll take a look at the various injuries that we're going to have to deal with. All right, so Brooks Lee is out for 4 days. And if I put him on the IL, it's retroactive to 2 days ago. So essentially, do I play Kalen Culpepper for 4 days and have no backup infielder? I think that's fine. For 4 games, I think I can get away with that. Whoops. Cody. Cody's only 2 days. Yeah. All right. This could get dicey. I'm a little scared. All right. We're going to play game one against the Tigers. Looks like we're not getting Tarek Skubal. A little sad about that. So Kalen Culpepper is going to be our shortstop for a bit. Simeon Wood Richardson is on the mound. Let's see what we got. Being down a defensive, an infielder for this whole series might get rough, but let's hope the off day helps. Clean first inning from everyone. Larnach's aboard. Austin Martin walked. Swing and a miss from Carantini. And swing and a miss from Gio. Nothing doing. You got this, Simeon. He did not. The Tigers score a run. How's McGonigal been doing so far? Oh, they started him in AAA. Absolute cowards. In real life, it was just announced today he's made the opening day roster, which, as a Tigers fan, I will say, the correct decision. I disagree with Wencel Perez being the guy sent down. I would have sent down Parker Meadows, but at that point, ooh, Jack Flaherty's out of the ballgame. At that point, you're splitting hairs between like literally your fifth or sixth outfielder. So at that point, what can you do? I imagine, though, the easiest path for Wencel to return is if Jahmai Jones struggles against lefties, then he's done because Jahmai can't really play in the outfield that well. He can only hit lefties, and so if he struggles for that, Wencel will be back. All right, guys, we're down 2-0 early. Simeon, I think that's his day done. Yeah, he's at 93 pitches, so not his worst start. There we go. Buxton and Luke are aboard. Come on. Matt Wallner. Struck out looking. Yikes. And then a double play from Larnach. Yep. Oh, that was terrible. Does that say Torkelson has a what? Oh, no. Oh, no. 172 average, 297 slugging. I don't want to look at that. That's just depressing. All right, David Festa, give me the inning. You know what, David? You're not doing that for me. It's very disappointing. Give me the seventh. David? All right, he struck out the aforementioned Parker Meadows. We're going to get Cole Sands warming up in case there's more trouble. More trouble has arrived. He walked McGonigal. All right, that's it for Festa. Cole Sands to face Colt Keith. And he hits it to the wall. Man. Down 4-0. We looked so good in those early games against the Royals. And now our pitching staff is just crumbling. Really? Torque has a sub 200 average and you let him hit a line drive off of you? There we go. Riley Green strikes out. Not looking good. Hashtag analysis. Nothing for us in the eighth. I'm going to get Taylor Rogers warming on the off chance we tie it up. Austin Martin is aboard. I'm going to pinch hit here. We're going to give Clemens the AB. See if he can just hit a 2-run shot to left. Alternatively, he lines out to Gleyber Torres. We lose 5-0. Struck out 13 times, left 15 men on. Nice. It's a shame Festa struggled. He'd been one of our more consistent relievers this year. So we're back to 500. It's quite sad. I am going to sim game 2 of the Tiger series with Taj Bradley on the mound. We lose it 7-9. Vic Caratini, Royce Lewis, and Larnach had home runs. Oh, Bradley got popped. 3 1/3, 11 hits, 8 runs. The AI pitched Cole Sands for 2 days in a row for reasons. Don't ask me. I have it both set to 8 or later. Well, there is that. I do want to look. Uh, where do I find my injury sliders? I mean, I do have the short injury frequency set to high. I might turn it down. I'll keep it on high. I mean, we're just seeing a lot of injuries in game that at a variance that I don't think you get even real life. Javi Baez on the bench. Say it ain't so. How's JV done this year? Sure. Listen, if JV looks this good through 13 starts, I will be amazed. All right. Kalen Culpepper is cold. Unfortunately, I don't really have anyone else who can play short outside of Austin Martin. So I think we're going to give Culpepper the day off. Martin will move to short, which I think, yeah, I did with him once, but he's just going to have to do it. And then left, Emmanuel Rodriguez will go. And I'm giving, well, Royce Lewis hasn't done that bad. No days off then. All right. Game 2, or no, excuse me, game 3. Zebby Matthews on the mound for us. JV on the mound for the Tigers. That'll play. That'll play. Trevor Larnach, 2-run shot all the way over the fence. That'll do, sir. There we go. Royce Lewis gets aboard. We have life. All right, Austin Martin. He does get it down. I mean, if I think he's safe at third, surely. Thank you. I mean, if Austin can kind of turn his numbers around and prove he can hit for contact, there's definitely a role for him. Which seems like an obvious statement, but you know, in terms of the infield itself, we have very little long-term solutions outside of Luke at first and maybe Royce Lewis at third. But that's it. Wallner and Royce Lewis are at the corners. Austin Martin struck out looking. Austin, I can't compliment you and then have you strike out. This is not how this works. Oh. Cole Keith is aboard for Torque. Torque hits it all the way up and it's down. Not like this. Oh boy. Come on, Zebby. There we go. He gets Riley Green to pop up. We're okay. We are looking A-okay. Nothing for us in the fourth. McKinstry is on board and Parker Meadows walks. Does that say 85 speed? Well, okay then. How's he done defensively? Oh, rock solid. Look at that zone rating at center. I'm so jealous. Jake Rogers. Ground and out to short. It's going to be a very sad day when the Tigers have to DFA Jake Rogers in like June. It's going to be a very sad day. All right, Zebby, can you be the fifth? Unlikely, as Colt Keith had an RBI triple. He does get Torque swinging, though. I'm going to see if he can get Riley and then Carpenter. Also, wait a minute. They have Kerry Carpenter hitting against a lefty starter. Oh no, Zebby's a righty. Why did I think he was a lefty? The smart move there would have been to bring in a lefty reliever and got Kerry Carpenter out of the game. That would have been the smart move to just get Cody Funderburk in the game there. That's on me. That was not smart of me. Hopefully that won't cost us. Zebby does get Gio to end the outing, but that'll definitely be it for him. Funderburk is also now tiring because I guess left him in too long, so I thought it would be fine. He'll get Colt Keith. I'm not worried. Yeah, I should have been worried. That's so annoying. A wasted throw home. We love those. Jeez. We have, I know I complimented the bullpen at the start of the episode, but we have serious bullpen problems. All right, anything for our offense? Urshela and Luke are aboard. A wild pitch advances them both. All right, Matt, come on, buddy. He swings on the 3-1 and lines out to second. That tracks. Clean inning from Chafin. I would like it to only use a couple relievers the rest of the way. So hopefully Justin Tapa can get the 8th clean. He is not. Parker's on second. And now, they gave the error to Tapa there. Well, that was stupid of Gio Urshela to throw home there. Jahmai Jones lines out. That's clutch. And Riley Green hits it out of here. Well, after taking 3, I don't care that he's fatigued. Justin, get the last out. We took 3 out of 4 from the Royals and then proceeded to get swept by the Tigers. I know Justin's getting crushed. I don't have the bullpen to spare. He's just going to have to get the last out. He seems physically incapable of doing this, which is rough, but I'm going to need him to just do it. There we go. He gets Parker Meadows to fly out. All right. In case there's an amazing comeback, we'll get Taylor Rogers going. Gio Urshela is aboard. Let's get Culpepper to pinch run. I made Tapa throw 40 pitches. Not that sorry. Emmanuel grounds out. Aaron Buxton walks. I'm not keen to run on Jake Rogers. I think if Luke goes out, I will. He walked him. All right. Here we go. Matt Wallner, bases loaded. Hits it to first. They go home in time to get Culpepper. Larnach's our last out. Hits it into left. It is down. So that will score 2 to bring us 9-4. Royce Lewis walks. Yeah, Austin Martin's going to have to hit against Kenley Jansen. Future Hall of Famer. Hard grounder to first. Out he goes. Yeah, I mean, we made it a little interesting at the end, but I mean, my God. We had 2 errors and they cost us 6 runs. Can't really have that. Getting swept by the Tigers sucks. Like, that sucks even more than, like, taking 3 out of 4 from the Royals was good. Terrible. Brooksley healthy again. Yeah, I think Culpepper's bat has definitely cooled off. Yeah, because he did terrible in April, really good in May, and it looks like we're back to the terrible part in June. All right, so before the St. Louis series, I think we need to take a legitimate look at our bullpen in terms of if I want to do anything too crazy. So I think Justin Tapa, I think his time is more or less come to an end here. Even that outing notwithstanding, he had an okay April, but his whip is a 1.6. I don't think the stuff is as good as we think it is. Would anyone want Mr. Justin? Highly unlikely, but we'll see. No, nobody wants him. All right, if I just say for anyone on this planet, what say you? No. All right, nobody wants Justin. How old is Cody? He's 29. See, I have more faith in Cody turning around, but he's been even worse than Justin, which I think is the problem. Andrew Chafin, I already know no one will take him. I think the question is, though, do I just cut him? So I'm good on lefties. And I think at this point, Andrew doesn't have much going for me. So same idea. I'll shop him around. But if nobody wants him, I'm just going to waive DFA him, put him in AAA. Yeah, no. All right. We're going to waive in DFA Andrew. We just need to get other guys in the bullpen. And I think Angel Felipe is might be Angel. I'll need to look it up. Is that option? I think obviously his stuff plays, but the 35 control is a little terrifying. Didn't do great in AAA, but I think we'll get him in, see what he can do the rest of the season. We do lose a lefty arm out of the bullpen. I'm not that upset about that. Lineup wise, I don't think this is really the time to make any crazy moves or decisions, but you never know. All right, so now we have a series against the Cardinals coming up. I'm going to sim game one. Joe Ryan on the mound. We win it 12-4. That'll play. Matt Wallner, Luke Keeschel, and Gio Urshela with home runs. Brooks Lee with 2 hits coming back from injury. Oh, Felipe got popped for 3 runs. How dare the AI do this? David Festa's looking good. I think we have something in David Festa. He's gotten popped for 4 and then he got popped for 3 a previous game, but I think his stuff plays. The annoying thing for him is just his personality. Like he's a low leader, low loyalty, low work. He's terrible. But I like it. All right, let's play game 2. We have Mick Abel on the mound. Looks like Carantini is tired, so I'll sub him out. Gio Urshela is hot. He's out here balling. We love to see it. I'm going to give Matt Wallner the day off. He's not gotten many this year. And then let's mix it up. Let's have Royce Lewis bat 3, Martin 5, Gio 6, Brooks Lee 7, Emmanuel Rodriguez will drop down to 9. We'll give Matt Wallner a day off. Whether he deserves one or not, separate discussion. All right, Mick Abel on the mound. And we're already down 1-0. Fair enough. But Luke Keeschel is aboard. Trevor Larnach grounds out. Inning over. All right, Austin Martin's aboard. Let's go. Oh, Brooks. The goal is to hit it 400 feet, not 40. David strikes out a looking. Hi, Mick. Clean third. His pitch count is getting pretty high, though, which is slightly terrifying. Nothing for us in the third. And the Cardinals are rolling as Jimmy Crooks. Great name, by the way. Gets a single to move Mason Wynn over. Ramon Urias pops out. That's massive. Why did the. Oh, I see. The pitcher went there to cover first. The second baseman could also do that. Nathan Church flies out to right. That will score Mason Wynn. Thomas Sagassi grounds out. How's Thomas looking? I mean, not great. Mm. Yeah, his defensive ratings aren't great either. But Royce Lewis, leadoff double. They hit Larned. Don't be hurt. Don't be hurt. We're okay. For a moment there, I was terrified. I must admit. Wild pitch moves him over. Come on, Austin. He hits it deep to center. That should score Royce Lewis, and it does. So we are on the board. Gio Urshela up. Grounds out to second. I don't love that trade, but we'll see if Brooks Lee can bring him home. And he can. Hits it down the right field line. That'll play. I think Brooks Lee quietly has put together a pretty decent first half of the season. 286 average, 8 homers, 31 RBIs. He's no slouch defensively. He's not great. 3 errors, -1 zone rating, but I don't hate it. Beniello struck out. A shame. Benuelos? Benuelos. Clean fifth from Mick. That'll definitely be it for him, though. We'll get Merriweather warming up. Pretty good. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, walk, Buckeyes. Nothing too upsetting. Man, they're just taking our offense down. Let's see if Merriweather can give me a couple outs here. There we go. He gets Tomas to line out. See if we can get Victor Scott, the second junior. Nope. The ball glided as if on ice. All right, that'll be it for Julian. We'll go to Ryan Burr here to face Lars Nootbaar. Quit stealing on my backup catcher. That's me. Oh, that's going to be caught, surely. Thank you. Very good. Very good. Alec Burleson. Hits it back to the pitcher. Easy out. All right. Tied 2-all going into the 7th inning stretch. Emmanuel Rodriguez and Buxton are aboard. Luke Keeschel 2 on, 2 out. And he grounds out second. Man, Luke. Come on. All right. Ideally, Ryan Burr can get me the inning to save my bullpen. Well, good news is he got the inning. Bad news is he allowed a run. So I think I'm going to go with my closer, Taylor Rogers, for the 9th. Hey, Royce Lewis solo shot, tie it up. Thank you, sir. Even if it's still tied, going into the top nine, I think I'll get my closer going. All right, they walk Austin Martin. Urshela grounds out. Bad day for him. Brooks Lee hits it up, but that's going to be caught. All right. Here's my plan. Ryan Burr will get Nathan Church. I thought that ball was going out of the stadium. It was hit so hard and so high. Oh, Weatherholt, the rookie sensation, also flies out to right. We're going to bring in Taylor Rogers now to face the top of the order. Victor Scott hits it to Gio, and he's out. All right. We're going to pinch hit. I know Victor is tired, but like he can play defense for a bit. All right, Matt Wallner solo shot. We win the game. He does hit it up, and it is down in right. So we have a runner aboard. I am also going to pinch hit here for Emmanuel Rodriguez. Cody Clemens is going to get the bat. He struck out, not great. Byron Buxton walks. All right, 2 on. Luke Keeschel, bottom of the ninth. Struck out looking. Royce Lewis, my last hope. He hits it into center. It's down. Matt Wallner goes home. The throw not in time. Royce Lewis with the walk-off RBI single. That's your ball game. We beat the Cardinals 4-3. Very well done, lads. Royce Lewis, have a day. A home run, and then the walk-off single. That'll play. That'll do nicely. Personal message. Ooh, that's bad. Walker Jenkins suffered a setback in his recovery. He is now going to be out another week. I mean, yeah, the knock-on effect of that obviously is we're going to have more time to figure out what Austin Martin can do. He's not been doing good. I don't want to send him down to AAA because, like, what does that really benefit? Because I feel like if Austin Martin doesn't hit well this year, like, is he really going to have a chance to make the team next season? I don't know. All right, we're going to sim game 3. We lose it 4-6. Simeon Woods Richardson got popped. 6 hits, 6 earned runs. Credit to the bullpen. All right, I think we need to make a decision on Simeon Woods Richardson. I think that decision has to come now because he just does not have it. 15 starts this year. I don't care about the wins and losses, but he's getting me like 4.2 innings a start, whip of 1.56, 309 BABIP. His expected ERA is 409. He's just getting popped every time. And to be like, he's essentially hit his potential. I know he has a little bit of movement. Maybe that gets to a 50, but his stuff has hit his potential. He's just getting absolutely demolished out there. And I know I don't have great pitching options in AAA, but like I could always recall Connor Prelip and we can try that again. Like, unfortunately, Simeon Woods Richardson is just not doing well at all. I shop him around. What's the interest? He does have 50 overall in potential. I mean, Michael Soroka for a 1-to-1. He is making $7 million. Maybe not. Maybe not. Apologies for that. Got a call from the missus. All right, so I think looking at this, like Parker Messick out of Cleveland, if I just compare, if I compare the two men, I think Parker Messick is going to become a better pitcher. He's already a lot better against the lefties, which helps. Um, they're essentially the exact same age, so the timeline doesn't really change. The Rockies are offering me half their lineup for him. Brenton Doyle, never forget. Uh, Troy Melton, I like a lot. It looks like the game does not have him rated highly at all, which is a little disappointing. Max Meyer from the Marlins wouldn't be a bad option, but it doesn't look like his stuff is great. Ooh. Now that is spicy. Ben Joyce. He's got two good pitches in a dream. I don't know if that's where I want to go. Hai Sung Kim from the Dodgers, but he's making a pretty penny for 4 years. I don't know if that's really where I want to be in my life. Athletics are offering me a couple prospects, including Henry Bolte, who's pretty good, but I got a lot of outfielders that fit his mold. Mason Montgomery, very good reliever. This might actually be the move. He's 25. His birthday's in 2 days, so he's going to be 26. He's done pretty well for him this year. The walks are down. Home runs are down. 306 BABIP I can live with. I think that might be the move. Mason Montgomery of the Pirates. Ooh, Luis Camposano. Hold on. Hold on now. Luis Camposano, Padres starting catcher, floated to me on a silver platter. That feels a little unrealistic, though. I like to maintain some level of realism. That feels a little unrealistic. And that means I would also have to move on from Vic Carantini. They already offered an extension to Morjon, so I don't want to take him. Jose Ferrer has been like the best reliever in baseball. I don't think they'd trade him. Luis Garcia Jr. wouldn't be a bad get, but I don't really. I mean, the spot for him is second base. With me, he's making $7 million. So essentially, he would take Gio Urshela's spot. But do I think that's more valuable than getting Mason Montgomery in the door? I think I'd rather have Mason Montgomery. Furthermore, let's see if we can get any like see if we can get like a prospect or something from this. Um, you'll give me 20-year-old Jater. Okay, they need more time to think about it. I just want like, yeah, okay, so 50 might be a bit high. Omar Alfonso, he's playing in Indianapolis for them in AAA. Might not be a bad idea. Ooh, Jack Brannigan. He's pretty solid. Oh, they have him two-waying. I don't know why they have him as a two-way player. You want to give me Jack Brannigan? No, they don't. The answer to that was answered pretty quickly. They have to think about Delgado. Ooh, want to give me Guerrero? Yeah, I'll take Cy Nelson. His control's going to be terrible, but I can live with that. All right, we have made the trade. Simeon Woods Richardson out the door, sent to the Pirates. I think Simeon Woods Richardson could become an above average pitcher, but right now, I think we need to move on. So, okay. Now, that has opened up a spot in the rotation. I think the two schools of thought are we give Connor Prelip a run. He was a reliever for me, and then I sent him down to AAA where he was a starter. Or we see what we got in Kendry Rojas, who I think I'd rather keep him in AAA. Andrew Morris, I just don't think is quite ready. I think we're going to go Connor Prelip. Let's try him out as a starter and see if that has a better effect. And here, I'll give him the next start. But now I have some moves to make. So Cy Nelson, I'm just going to put him in AAA and see what the AI wants to do with him. Mason Montgomery, let's get him on the 40 man. And now I need to clear a spot for him. I could just send Felipe back down. Yeah. It's a little bad. We also just burned like two of his option years, but I doubt anyone would really claim him. All right, so Montgomery's going to come in as middle relief help. I think he fills that lefty role that Andrew Chafin had. He's 26, so I mean, if we can get that movement to be a little bit better and the control to not suck, he could be one of our better relievers for like the next 5 years. I think that's worth it. Could potentially be in line for a closer role also, because we do not have a succession plan at closer after we inevitably trade Taylor Rogers at the deadline. All right. But let's turn our attention to the Rangers. Connor Prelip. He was a long reliever for me. I have him starting today. Byron Buxton is at 93% fatigue. Let's get him out of there. Manuel Rodriguez can hit. Actually, I'm going to give him. Cody Clemens, have I played you in the outfield yet? I have for one single game. I'm going to have Cody Clemens bat fifth and take left field. I don't love that, but I want to give two of my starting outfielders a rest. All right, Connor Prelip, you're going up against Jacob deGrom and the Rangers. A very tired and injured Rangers. I'm not going to question it. Emmanuel Rodriguez. Leadoff double against DeGrom. And Luke Keeschel strikes out looking. Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it. At least Matt Wallner had the decency to hit the baseball forward. Runners at the corners. Larnack hits it up to center. That's caught, but Emmanuel should get there. And he does. Very slow camera pan. But we're on the board 1-0. And Roy strikes out. Let the record show. We had the lead. Uh-oh. Brandon Nimmo is aboard. Good strikeout of Wyatt Langford. Also known as the one that got away, as the Tigers took Max Clark. And Josh Young hits it all the way to the wall. The slide there from Cody Clemens. Not the most inspiring thing any of us have ever seen. Tie ball game. Here's Josh Smith. Jeez. Connor Prelip just, I don't know what luck roll happened before this save started, but Connor Prelip has been horrendous. We got the runner at home, but man alive. I don't hate the Tigers' decision to take Max Clark over Wyatt Langford, but also, like, really? Well, you got to get out of this, Connor. All right, fly out of Corey Seager. That helps. I mean, the argument for Max Clark always was because he was so, not only was he in high school, he was young for his high school class. And so, right now, this year, he had an outside shot, I would say, to make the roster, but he's still only 21. He's not going to turn 22, I think, until like December. So you can kind of live with it if he takes you an extra year to develop. Clean inning from Connor there. Thank you, sir. Can he give me the fifth? Yes, he can. His pitch count is 84. I think that'll do it for him. This is his first start for us this season. Ooh, 2 on for Larnick. Back up the middle. He might beat it out. And no need. They go to second. Rude. Actually, Wyatt Langford, you better worse against lefties this year. God, this screen is formatted horribly. He is worse against righties. So yeah, that'll be it for Connor. We'll go to Cole Sands for the 6th. And immediately Wyatt Langford finds himself on second. And all the way to the wall from Corey Seager. Man. It's always annoying when the starter does well, you go to the bullpen and bam. Josh Young's getting involved. Guess it would be Josh Young, wouldn't it? Ay. Really? I was about to say, Corey Seager, you're not going to run? And then I remembered. I'm making a discovery. It's called my bullpen is as bad as I thought. I mean, dude, you got to get me the inning. Oh, man. Danny Jensen hits it to the corner. Cole Sands, you're supposed to be one of my good guys here. Like, his ERA was a 2.57 before this appearance. They're just hitting everything he's thrown. All right, he gets that inning at least. I'm going to sit. I don't really want to pitch Mason Montgomery in this game, especially because we're down by a bajillion. Ooh, 2 runners on. Emmanuel hits it into right and down. That should score at least 1, maybe 2. And it's 2. 5-4. Luke Keeschel hits it deep to center. That's off the wall. Does Rodriguez have the speed to go first to home? Yes, he does. A triple for Luke Keeschel. Emmanuel scores. Tie ball game. And Matt Wallner walks. We're not done, folks. Larnick walks. That's back-to-back full count walks. Royce Lewis to the dish. Hits it deep to left and gone. A grand slam, Royce Lewis. 350 feet. Thank you. That'll play. What was a 4-run deficit turned into a 4-run lead. Wow. Oh, top. Why is he tired? I used to have a better handle on what makes a guy tired, what keeps him at ready. Here I've lost that. All right, Mason Montgomery for the 7th. Clean inning from him. Perfect. I'm not going to warm anybody up. All right, now I will. Justin, see, he's already at warming. So, like, how tired was he? Justin for the 8th. Clean from him. Like, I'm going to get Taylor Rogers warming up for the 9th. But ideally, if Justin can just get me these 3 outs. Never mind, full county hit Solak. Taylor Rogers, you got this. He did indeed. Were the bases loaded? Yes. Don't worry about it. All right, we get the win 9-5, an 8-run explosion. Cole Sands got popped quite a bit, but he also got his 6th win, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Royce Lewis, very good, sir. He only had 1 hit, but it was the grand slam. Luke Keeschel's up to 3 triples on the season. That'll do. That'll do nicely. All right, Ryan Jeffers is eligible to come off the IL. David Banielos, thank you for your service. We'll send him back down to AAA. Jeffers can return. Do I want to give Vic Carantini the starting catcher job? I'm still leaning toward no. Because I don't think, right? Because Carantini, he's here next year regardless. And then we have a team option, which, let's be frank, we're going to exercise and void that last year. So I think at this point, I'd rather give Jeffers the lion's share of at bats. Because I think if he has a good second half, he might be worth extending. The problem is this is the contract he wants. He wants 5 years, $72 million. And, you know, let's be honest here. He has 0.4 WAR. So not exactly lighting it up. All right, so we move to the finale against the Rangers. I think we'll play this game. Urshela and Carantini are tired. That's fine. Culpepper can take the bat. And then Ryan Jeffers obviously is going to be there. How's Cody Clemens been doing the past handful of games? I mean, when he's started, he's done pretty well. He's just the worst pinch hitter any of us have ever seen. I'm going to give Luke Keeschel a day off. He's at 93%. Let's have Austin Martin bat 2nd. Cody Clemens bat 6th. All right, Taj Bradley on the mound. He is, unfortunately for him, the kind of next man up on the chopping block if our starting rotation keeps struggling. But for now, Wallner, Larnick are aboard. Royce Lewis, swing and a miss. Because Bradley, I think, obviously projects to be a better pitcher than Simeon Woods Richardson. His potential is also a 60. He's just been terrible this season. So obviously, if we were to, give up on him, we just send him to AAA. We wouldn't trade him. Oh, 2-run shot, Josh Young. Josh, get out of the inning. Good man. There we go. 2-run shot from Brooks Lee. Let's see if Culpepper can get us going in the 5th. He could not. Editor's note, he could not. Also, quietly, Byron Buxton, this cold spell, he in 48 at bats, he has 5 hits, 1 home run, 6 walks, 14 Ks. That's grim from him as Austin Martin walks. Maybe. No, off the wall. I had hope that Wallner would hit it out, but I'll take a double. All right, Larnick. Come on. Larnick hits it deep to left. Caught. Sadness. All right, tie ball game. Taj Bradley, I believe in you. Oh, my belief may be waning ever so slightly. Evan Carter up with the runner on second. Lines out to first. Very good, Cody Clemens. Oh, and Josh Smith hits it out. Well, it was looking like a good start from Bradley. No longer. Let's see if we can get Wyatt Langford to end the inning on a high note. Nope. Man. That is the sneakily bad part about our rotation is that very simply, fundamentally, we don't have a single guy that we can count on to go deep into games. We just don't. And so that's also why our bullpen is getting eviscerated as Ryan Burr allows a hit ball all the way to the wall. From bad to worse. Brian, I believe in you. No, another run scored. He's killing me. Well, listen, we scored 8 unanswered. So who knows? Maybe we have another one of those in for us. Ryan Jeffers swinging a miss. I do think if Ryan Jeffers is still struggling at the trade deadline, there's no real reason to keep him because, at that point, as Ryan Burr allows another double, maybe a triple even. At that point, are we really going to offer him a $70 million extension off of 2 good months? Not really. When it comes to just starting out a season, what's the most important things to do so you don't screw yourself up from the jump? And here, I'll get through this game a little quicker here since we are getting eviscerated. Cody, I believe in you. There we go. My belief was vindicated there. We'll get Mason Montgomery in for the 8th. Thank you, sir. No pressure, Mason. Well, They scored 2 runs off of him almost immediately, but we lose 8-3. Not great from us. Um, to answer your question, Krabby Patty, great name by the way. Starting out season, most important things. On a very macro level, let me just hit the save button. In terms of just how much you want to do, like for example, I have the AI essentially handling like a lot of the minor league stuff, like minor league promotions, demotions, signing and firing the minor league personnel, because that's a lot for me to get a handle and do on at once. So if you don't want to have to deal with the fact that you're going to have to move all these guys manually, that would be something. Why is this 22-year-old who is in double A playing rookie ball? But the downside of that, obviously, is the AI does silly stuff like that. Why was he in rookie ball? I'm not going to question it. I feel like I should. Though you can put in like age restrictions on that behind the scenes. Oh, Liam Hendricks. I didn't know we had Liam Hendricks. Neat. Let's send him to AAA. Other things so you don't screw yourself over from the jump. I think one thing to keep track of as I take 4 buttons to get to the screen I wanted would be just to make sure that like nothing you have usage wise, either for pitchers or hitters, screws you. For example, I kind of save the AI from itself when it comes to pitching because by having 2 setup guys, 3 middle relievers, 2 long relievers, now the AI has multiple options where if Joe Ryan gets shelled in the 3rd inning, they have 2 guys to choose from long relief, 3 guys to choose from a couple innings later, and then so on and so forth. Whereas if, let's say, I had Funderburk as another setup man, Merriweather as a middle reliever, now all of a sudden the AI has 3 options for guys that can only appear in the 8th or 9th inning. Isn't great. And then they only have 1 long relief option. So if Festa is tired, the AI goes to a middle reliever, and then they can't go to a setup man, and then the whole thing just, snowballs. That is one thing I've noticed in this game is some of it is just saving the AI from making terrible mistakes. Also, we played we played 2 games, had an off day, and then played a 3rd game. That's just cursed. I do want Zebby Matthews on the mound. I'm gonna sim the finale. Hey, we won it. Ooh, Brooksley's hurt again. It's fine. We won 6-4. Byron Buxton went 0 for 5. Folks, at what point do we sound the fire alarm when it comes to that? Ooh, David Festa got popped again. He really is good for like once a week giving up 3 runs. It's kind of impressive. Financially, when it comes to coaching hires and the money put into your draft stuff, ain't to watch. Ooh, that's a very good question. So money wise, it locks obviously at the start of the season, so I can't change any of this now. I am in the camp of, for example, for the Twins, you have a decent amount of money available at the start. So I know I'm not going to need like I think it was like 45 million for extensions. That's insane. So I can afford to bump up the scouting budget. By default it was at 11. I bumped it up to 15. Development budget was at 16 and a half. I bumped it up to 18. Did I touch the Yeah, draft budget I increased a little bit to 13 million to make a nice round number. I would say in terms of what you want to put into this is more based on how much money you have available and whether you want to extend anyone. For example, if let's say like none of these upcoming free agents realistically I'm bringing back. But let's say if, Luke Keeschel was an upcoming free agent, I'm like, okay, this dude's going to want like 25 million in an extension. I know that I'm going to have to set aside a decent chunk of change. So I might have less money for scouting and development. Coaching hire side of things. Um, I am in the camp of year one. It's a little tricky because I don't really want to fire everyone because that seems a little unrealistic, but I get why people do it. I'm in the camp of overpay for the really good ones and just sign them to decent deals. For example, Bryce Bentz, who's the pitching coach, is legendary at teaching pitching and he handles development well. Everything else is good. So, yeah, I'm paying him $1.5 million, but how many pitching coaches am I going to get that have that level of ability? Similar with like the trainer. Like I fired the default trainer that the Twins have and hired Ricky Jameson, who is also the trainer I always hire in these games, just because he has legendary prevention of arm injuries, outstanding prevention of leg injuries. I'm paying him $1 million. However, he's signed for 5 years. So is it maybe an overpay on a trainer? Sure. But for 5 years, I have one of the best trainers. That's fine. Like I said, I delegate a lot of the AI, like firing and extending. The one exception of that is like if they have a really good like head coach, I might extend him to keep the AI from firing him. So if where's the one dude I had written down? Is it Rafael Martinez? Yeah. Like Rafael Martinez, his reputation's good. He's decent at handling everything I need. He might be a guy that I offer an extension to just so that the AI doesn't, kick him to the curb immediately. That's a very good question about the coaching and financials. What is my owner's? Yeah, like my owner has a controlling fiscal personality. So just because I have this much money in year one doesn't mean I'll have it in year two. The famous example where in my Colorado Rockies save, I won the World Series twice and my budget got worse, which was always funny. All right, 36 and 38. The Royals have still not pulled away from this division, which is honestly annoying because it keeps making me feel like I have a chance. And Brooksley is out 4 days with a hamstring injury. That's Yeah, it's only a second injury, but he's had two in 2 weeks. Mm. Viewer Shell at shortstop seems like the worst idea any of us have ever had. I'm almost tempted. I think I'll just give Culpepper some more run at short. All right, let us sim game one with Joe Ryan on the mound of the Diamondback series. Hey, we won it in 10. Luke Keeschel hit a 2-run single to give us the lead. Wow, this was a very quiet day offensively. In 10 innings, we had 7 hits. They had 5. Joe Ryan got popped a bit. Merriweather, 2 and a third. Look at him. He started the season in Double-A. He is ascended. 34 years young. Cole Sands did good. Taylor Rogers got save number 19. Very good, very good. All right, and then Chafin, no one claimed him. I'm just going to check if anyone wants him. But I feel like the answer is a no. The answer is indeed a no. I think I'm just going to. What's my AAA bullpen? Because I added it. Yeah, I added a decent amount of guys. I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm just gonna release Andrew Chafin and bite the 400,000. I clearly, 30 innings is not the biggest sample size in the world, but clearly wasn't working. I have other guys I'd rather play and call up in AAA. So we're gonna release Andrew Chafin. In real life, the Twins just DFA'd him, I think, yesterday. So they may have had the bright decision there. Also, unrelated, Walker Jenkins now has an unknown recovery time, where previously the setback was for 1 week. That's not great. All right. So, what do I do here? Yeah, Brooksley is out for 3 more days. I'm gonna give, yeah, I'm gonna give Gio Rochelle the day off. Cody Clemens is gonna take second base, which he's done in 2 other starts this year. Buxton, I mean, he had a run and 2 hits, but I'm giving him the day off. We're gonna give Emmanuel Rodriguez some more time in center. Mick Abel on the mound for us. Zach Gallen for the Diamondbacks. 2 aboard. Matt Wallner. I mean, I'll take that. Sure, we losing out, but both guys are in scoring position now. Larnick grounds into the fielder's choice. You hate to see it. And Royce Lewis grounds out. Well, runners on second and third, 1 out, can't score anybody. Depressing. Uh-oh. You got this, Mick. Yeah, they got to run. There we go. Austin Martin leadoff double. Jeffers strikes out. I didn't go into this season thinking we'd be trading Ryan Jeffers. Well, let me rephrase that. I went into it thinking we'd probably trade him, but I assumed that would be because he'd be hitting the ball well and have a decent amount of suitors. Unfortunately, he's been nigh unplayable. So we may have to make some tough decisions. 2 aboard for Larnick again, and he hits it into center and gone. That was the slowest home run any of us will ever see. 403 feet. Larnick's 15th home run on the season. Very good, sir. Royce Lewis pops up. And Austin Martin grounds out. All right. The lead is ours going into the bottom of the third. Clean innings. We like those. 2 aboard for Larnick again. I'm sensing a theme. Hits it up to center. Not deep enough, though. I believe in you, Royce. And caught at the corner. All right, Mick, let's go. Clean from him. That'll do. Down goes Austin Martin. Anything for us? Nope. All right, Mick. There we go. Clean 6 from Mick. He's at 73 pitches, which might be his limit. I think we'll get Mason Montgomery warming up. That'll be it for Mick. Very good outing from him, though. I know he's in the green, but I'd rather go to my bullpen. 6 innings, 2 hits, an earned run, 2 walks, 5 Ks. That'll do. Clean 7th from Mason. We will go Funderburk for the 8th. Hopefully I can get some insurance runs here. No dice in the 8th. All right, Funderburk for the bottom of the order. Oh. How's Nolan Arenado done this season for the Diamondbacks? You know, not terribly. A little bit of home run power, too. There we go. Locklear grounds out. All right. So it's going to be Justin Tapa with the save chance. Solo shot from Cody Clemens. Culpepper goes 0 for 4. Not his day. Manny Rodriguez flies out. All right. We're going to bring in Justin Tapa for the save. Clean inning. We get the win. Very nice, lads. Larnick, his 3-run shot. Obviously, the difference. All-Star voting update. The American League Twins. Byron Buxton still second in center field. That is it. I do want to go back to the draft pool because it looks like all of our scouts have ended their tasks. So now I think we're going to concentrate. I think let's do just on guys who are between, let's just call it 60 and 80. That might be too large of a group. 56? No, not at all. All right. We'll get a scouting report on these top guys. I know a lot of them are high, but might as well try for very high. All right, Connor Prelip on the mound for the finale against the Diamondbacks. Let's sim it. Oh, we lost 1-2. My least favorite score line to lose on. Prelip does okay. Got popped in the 4th. Mason Montgomery, the AI loves pitching these guys on back-to-back days. Yeah, I think ideally, obviously, if Prelip can do better as a starter than a reliever, we're in business. I think my fear is just that his stuff as a whole, I mean, his individual pitchers are good, but his stuff rating is bad. So that is a little worrisome. All right, now we have the Dodgers. This is where things could go horribly wrong because we've won all 3 of our last series. And now we face the LA Dodgers. I'm going to sim game 1 with Taj Bradley on the mound. Everyone look away. Yeah. We lost 3-6. Larnack had a triple. Bradley got popped for 3. David Festa got popped again. His ERA is now up to a 4.06. Yikes. Ryan Burr also gave up a run. His ERA is up to a 4.03. Oh, boy. All right. Let's go to game 2. Blake Snell on the mound for them. Zebby Matthews for us. Brooks Lee back from his injury. Kalen Culpepper, unfortunately, is just doesn't have it. But good that we get him a lot of ABs now. I'm going to have Cody Clemens hit for Royce Lewis today. I'll keep him batting 5th. I think I'm going to try to get him up in the order a little bit. And then I'll give Jeffers the day off. Carantini can get the bat. All right, let's go. Red hot Zebby Matthews against the LA Dodgers. I'm not worried at all. Yes, that is indeed a Shohei Ohtani who's hit 27 home runs already this season. That's insane. That's on pace for what, 54 home runs? Because we're not even at the halfway point of the season yet, are we? How many games you played, Byron? Yeah, 64. He's on pace to like Babe Ruth numbers. Ted Williams, 27 home runs. Oh boy, that's kind of crazy. Look at this. Look at this beautiful contract. Oh boy. I need to go back and look at my Rockies rebuild and see how Shohei's career went overall. Nothing through 4 for either team. Uh-oh. 2 on, nobody out against Zebby. Taylor Trammell hits it to first. They get the runner at first. Do I intentionally walk Tommy Edman? I think not. I should have intentionally walked Tedley Edman. He hits it down. That'll score both runners. And just like that, the Dodgers have a 2-0 lead. Miguel Rojas skies it, but that's caught at the track. That'll be it for Zebby. I'm not going to mess around. We're going to go right to Julian Merriweather to face Mookie Betts here. Rounder to Cody. Simple out. All right. That could have been a lot worse. They're bringing in Bobby Miller out of the bullpen. Works it clean. Solo shot allowed by Julian. Ooh. Jerry Urshela and Byron Buxton are aboard for Luke Keeschel. Hits it into center. That's down. That'll play. Matt Wallner, bases loaded. Swing and a miss. Grim. Trevor Larnach, bases loaded. Hits it up to right, but that's going to be caught. Nothing doing. All right. I think that'll be it for Julian Merriweather. I'll see if he can get Teoscar Hernandez, actually. Yeah, and he walked him. That's what I get. Justin, I believe in you. There we go. Clean inning. See? I was never worried. Clean 8th also. Very good. That'll save a little bit of bullpen. We'll bring on Cole Sands for the 9th. You got this, Cole. Oh, he did not. 2-run score. We lose 5-0. Ay, 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 ay. Just moments ago in real life, by the way, Pete Crow Armstrong just signed a 6-year, $115 million extension with the Cubbies. It's a lot of money. But also, if you think he's your elite center fielder, 115 over 6. That's actually not even 20 million. Why would you do that? I'm not going to question it. But yeah, Cole Sands got popped. Remember when I briefly thought about him being our closer? Yeah, that would not have gone well. Well, let's see if we can salvage literally anything from this Dodgers series. We have Joe Ryan on the mound. Matt Wallner is tired, so he'll get the day off. Yeah, let's have Ryan Jeffers bat 6. Let's see if we can just try to get Literally anything going from him. I think I'll give Austin Martin the day off also. Let's have Cody Clemens take left field, bat fifth. I'm trying to get Cody some more at bats, specifically more starts, because him and Austin Martin are essentially competing for the same position. As the Dodgers score one in the first. I think the thing Cody has going for him is he's going to have a lot more chance for power, but Austin Martin is overall maybe a little better defensively, and he can play multiple positions. Not the error. Oh, no. Well, 2 on, nobody out. Royce Lewis. They walked him. Bases loaded for the aforementioned Cody Clemens. And he hits it back to the pitcher who gets Keishel at home. And Jeffers pops it up. Down he goes. Well, that was depressing, but maybe Joe Ryan can lock him down. There we go. 2 on, nobody out. Byron Buxton walks. Let's party. Here we go. Luke Keishel, bases loaded. Wild pitch. We'll take those. We will take those. Bases loaded. This time, Trevor Larnach. Bang. Hits it right at the second baseman, who gets him, but it does score the runner. That'll play. All right, Royce. Hits it up. No. And Cody Clemens strikes out looking. Ouch. All right, well, we have a lead. Let's see if our pitchers can hold it. And some insurance, Gio Urshela RBI double. Let's go. To the moon? No. Manny Rodriguez tried to hit it to the moon and came up a little bit short. Buxton strikes out again, man. Clean fourth inning. Very good. Trevor Larnach, a solo shot. 2 more men aboard. We're cooking, folks. Ryan Jeffers flies out to left. Wah, wah, wah. JT Jin. Sadness. Down goes Brooks Lee. All right, so Joe Ryan is already in the yellow. And we're having problems. I'm going to see if we can get Miguel Rojas, though. Bottom of the order, clean. All right, he gets him to fly out to center. They do get Will Smith home. That was an odd animation break there. I'm just going to get David Fest in the ball game to face Mookie. And he flies out to left. Let's hope this isn't Festa's weekly implosion. We can certainly hope. There we go. Urshela and Buxton are aboard. Urshela's having a nice little day. 2 hits, one of which was a double and a walk. Luke Keishel grounds out to first. And they're saying they got Buxton at second. Sure, whatever. You were allowed to believe whatever you want to. Oh no. We got Shohei to pop up. That is a win in and of itself. Kyle Tucker grounds out. How's he doing this season? Yeah, he's pretty good. 920 OPS, 536 slugging. He's already at 19 home runs. Look at this contract, folks. Yeah, because he's going to turn down 57 million. Sure. I read an article online where somebody legitimately posited he would turn that down when he never would, because even if, let's say, he wants 60 million and he's not satisfied at 58, the only team that would give it to him would be the Dodgers, because the Mets wouldn't. And those are really the only conceivable ones as Gio Urshela strikes out looking. Thanks, Gio. Appreciate that from you. Clean inning from Festa. I love it. Very good, sir. Two men aboard Luke Keeschel. Let's blow this game wide open. No, he lined out. Larnick, swing and a miss. Royce Lewis hits it deep to center, and goodbye, baseball. 414 feet. This game has just been blown wide open. All right, we're going to get Ryan Burr for the eighth. Well, when I said that, when he gets ready, Freeman to fly out, that helps. Double play ball gets me out of this. Here's Shohei. Hits it into left. Cody Clemens gets there. Okay. We're okay. I don't much care that Miguel took third. We're trading outs for runs at this point if it comes to that. And it doesn't. We're okay. All right. Taylor Rogers, I think, for the ninth, regardless of what happens here, just to get him an extra inning of work. Well, he allowed 2 runs. Not great. ERA now up to a 2.7. That backfired, but it's fine. We get the win 8-4. Emmanuel Rodriguez, Gio, pairs of hits. I'm happy for Emmanuel Rodriguez because, yeah, let's be frank. The instant Walker Jenkins comes back, he's going to get set back down to AAA. But it's still nice to see glimpses of him doing well here. Speaking of which, we still don't know anything about Walker Jenkins. Like, he was supposed to be back a week ago. All right, mid-season review of goals. We are literally at the mid-season point. Team record. Actually, I can look at a much better screen for this. All right, so team record, don't suck completely. We're 500. Pretty good. Acquire a Cy Young winner. Mason Montgomery's the closest match. Fan interest we have up from a 51 to a 61. So goal-wise, we're doing pretty good for ourselves. New top 100 prospect list. Charlie Soto is number 6, and he is struggling in high A, which is not a good sign. I think, though, even with his struggle, I'm going to call him up to Double A. Where I'm going to see if he can start to kind of turn it around a little bit. Let me look at this on a better screen. So updated list. Soto is 6. Eduardo's 21. Prelip 38. Culpepper 79. Jenkins 76. Jenkins 79. Merrick Houston is not done great in Double A. kind of hurts my grand scheme here, if I do say so myself. All right, so we're at the halfway point, 41-41, which, I mean, my goal was to be as close to 500 as possible, and we are doing that. It looks like the Royals are pretty consistent. They're 10 games above 500 right now. But I think the opportunity is there to try to go on a run. I think the issue we're just going to run into is that our bullpen is getting better. We've made a couple upgrades here and there, but we've had so many injuries to our lineup. Like Austin Martin is my starting left fielder, and unfortunately, he's just not done great these past couple weeks. So we have a lot of things to figure out. I mean, Walker Jenkins, I thought I'd be getting him back today. He was supposed to get back like a week and a half ago. He's still hurt with the hip injury. Josh Bell's going to get back in a week, which is earlier than we thought, which is very nice. Hopefully, we can get some good production out of him. But yeah, that is where I will leave off. We are exactly 500 at the halfway point, which I admit a little boring, but here we are. And then my plan is off stream. I'll play through the Rockies series, the Astros series, and the Yankees series. And we will pick up next time with the division series against the Guardians. That'll take us into the Angels. And then the draft, which is on the 11th, and then the All-Star break. So I'll get a little further off stream to just progress the season a little bit here. And then I think we'll have a chance to make some runs here. I think I'm excited with how year one has gone, but I think there's some definite areas of concern. I think trading away Simeon Woods Richardson's kind of a tough pill to swallow. He had one start for the Pirates so far, went 5 2/3, 6 hits, gave up 2 runs. Nothing too crazy there. So we'll see how he does for the Pirates. There is always a chance that trade blows up in our face. I'm willing to take that bet, I think. So thank you all for watching, especially a couple of you two that commented on Twitch. Just ask questions back and forth a little bit. Really appreciate that. It helps make the streams feel, more exciting and worth it. So thank you all for watching. I should have ideally 2 more episodes this week. Might be one of which will probably be over the weekend. See if I can get a short stream in tomorrow. Definitely will be able to get one in on Thursday. So we'll try to get back into more consistent streams. I know the last week or so has not been that consistent. Work, travel, what can I do? But thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.